The Galactic Council chamber was silent, yet heavy with tension. Towering figures of alien delegates hovered around a glowing circular table, their eyes cold and unyielding. In the center stood Commander Alex of the Human Empire, shoulders squared, heart pounding, but face calm. Behind him, his officers waited, anxious but trusting their leader. The fate of humanity rested on this moment. "Humans have violated the interstellar accords," said the Council's head, a tall being with silver skin and eyes that shimmered like starlight. "Your expansion, your technology, it threatens the balance of the galaxy. Therefore, we've decided," he paused, letting the weight of his words sink in. "You are exiled. Forever. Your empire is no longer welcome among the stars." Alex felt a chill run down his spine. He had expected conflict, but not this. "Exiled?" he asked, his voice steady but firm. "On what grounds?" "We have followed every law of the Council." The head of the Council ignored his question. "The decision is final. Leave our territories. You will have no home here, no allies, no support. Fail to comply, and your existence will be erased." A murmur spread among the human officers. Some looked shocked, others angry, but all were silent. Alex clenched his fists. They had trained for war, for survival, but never for betrayal of this magnitude. As the Council signaled, the massive chamber doors opened, revealing hundreds of Council ships in formation outside the orbiting station. Their weapons glowed with a menacing light, ready to enforce the banishment. The humans' own fleet, though proud and strong, was dwarfed by the Council's forces. "We must evacuate," Alex commanded. "Everyone to the ships. Prepare for immediate jump." The officers nodded, tension mixing with determination. Humans had faced impossible odds before, but this was different. This was not just war. It was betrayal by every system they had considered a neighbor, a partner, a friend. As the human ships disengaged from the station, a Council commander appeared on the main view screen, his expression cold. "Remember," he said, "you leave now, or we destroy your planets. And once you are gone, you are nothing." The words echoed through the ships like a death sentence. Alex's jaw tightened. "Then we will make sure they regret calling us nothing," he muttered to himself. The fleet jumped into the void, leaving their home systems behind. The stars stretched before them, unknown and unwelcoming. Supplies were limited. Their engines had used more fuel than expected. And most importantly, they had no place to go. As they traveled to the dark corridors of space, Alex convened his officers. "Listen carefully. We have lost everything familiar. Our homes, our allies. But we still have our people, our ships, and our minds. Humanity does not die easily. We will survive. We will find a way to fight back." The crew listened, inspired by his words, though doubt lingered in their eyes. They were exiles, cast out into the emptiness of space, hunted by a Council that thought them weak. But Alex's voice carried a promise, a spark of hope in the darkness. Suddenly, a signal appeared on their long-range sensors. It was weak, almost imperceptible, but distinctly intelligent. Alex leaned forward, curiosity sparking. "What is that?" he asked. "It's some kind of transmission, sir," said Lieutenant Mara. "Not from the Council. Something else. Something unknown." Alex's eyes narrowed. "Plot a course. We need to see where it comes from. It might be our only chance to survive." As the fleet changed direction, tension mounted. Every officer and soldier knew the risks. Unknown signals could be traps. Alien civilizations could be waiting to attack. And yet, there was no choice. To survive, they had to take the path no one else dared. Meanwhile, back in the Council chamber, whispers spread among the delegates. "They are moving fast," one said, "but they are humans, unpredictable, dangerous." "Let them go," replied the head of the Council. "We have won. For now, the galaxy is safe. Or so we believe." But humans were not creatures easily contained. History had shown it again and again. When cornered, they adapted. When betrayed, they fought. And when counted out, they rose stronger than anyone imagined. Alex stood on the bridge of his flagship, staring into the void. The stars seemed colder, more distant. Yet a fire burned in his chest. The Council had made a grave mistake. They had not banished weaklings. They had unleashed survivors. Set all systems to maximum, he commanded. We find a new world. We build. We fight. And one day, the Council will regret underestimating humanity. As the fleet disappeared into the darkness, the first whispers of hope began to rise among the humans. The journey ahead was uncertain, the dangers immense, but the spirit of the human empire was alive. And in the vast emptiness of space, that spirit will become legend. The exiled humans had only just begun. The human fleet drifted through the endless darkness, each ship a fragile island in a sea of stars. The silence of space pressed against them like a heavy weight, broken only by the hum of engines and the occasional alert from sensors. Every officer aboard a flagship felt the same question gnawing at them. Where do we go now? Commander Alex paced a bridge, eyes scanning the infinite stars, searching for anything familiar. The exiled humans were now fugitives, hunted by the Galactic Council, stripped of allies, and cast into the void with no clear path forward. The Council's words echoed in his mind. You are nothing. Nothing. But Alex refused to believe it. Status report, he commanded, his voice calm but firm. Lieutenant Mara, standing at the communications console, shook her head. Supplies are dwindling. Food reserves at 30%, fuel at 40%, and the medical units are already stretched thin. If we don't find a habitable system soon, her voice trailed off. Alex nodded grimly. Then we find one, whatever it takes. Plot the course for the nearest uncharted system. We cannot stay here drifting. The officers exchanged uneasy glances. Unknown star systems were dangerous. Planets could be hostile, resources scarce, or worse, inhabited by alien species that saw humans as prey. But the alternative, waiting for the Council to catch them, was worse. As the fleet adjusted its trajectory, a soft, irregular signal blinked on the long-range scanner. Alex leaned forward, curiosity mixing with caution. Identify it, he ordered. It's faint, Mara replied. Not Council ships. Could be an automated probe, or maybe a civilization we haven't met before. The pattern is strange, almost like a beacon. Alex's eyes narrowed. A trap is possible, but ignoring it is suicide. Prepare a small reconnaissance team. I want to know what this signal is. Minutes later, a small squadron detached from the main fleet, gliding silently toward the origin of the transmission. The tension was palpable. Every officer and pilot knew that this unknown could be their last encounter, or their only hope. As the squadron approached, the source of the signal became visible, a tiny, rocky planet orbiting a dim star. Strange structures dotted its surface, half buried under dust and jagged cliffs. The transmission originated from a central tower, glowing faintly with a pulsating light. Scans show the structures are ancient, reported Mara. Unknown technology. No life signs yet, but the energy readings significant. Could support a colony, maybe more. Alex felt a flicker of hope. This could be their refuge, a place to rebuild, a chance to survive. But even as he considered the possibilities, alarms blared across the fleet. Incoming ships, shouted one of the officers. Small fleet, unidentified, fast approaching. Alex gritted his teeth. Battle stations. Shields up, weapons ready. The alien ships were unlike anything humans had encountered. Sleek, angular, moving with terrifying speed, their weapons firing as they closed in. The human fleet, though skilled, was outnumbered and outgunned. Hold position, Alex shouted. We defend, but we do not engage recklessly. Protect the recon team at all costs. Blasts of energy lit up the void. Human ships maneuvered with precision, dodging attacks while returning fire. Despite their training, every strike from the unknown enemy threatened to cripple their fleet. It was a test, not just of the technology, but of human willpower. Suddenly, the recon squadron reported, "The signal, it's not a trap. The planet's energy, it's responding to us. It's almost like it's alive, guiding us." Alex's mind raced. Could this be the salvation they had been searching for? Or a deeper mystery, waiting to ensnare them? Either way, there was no turning back. Hours passed in tense silence, punctuated by bursts of battle. Finally, The enemy retreated, leaving the humans battered but alive. The planet below now seemed almost welcoming in comparison. Its glowing towers pulsed gently, as if inviting them to land. Alex breathed a sigh of relief. "Prepare for descent," he ordered. "We take this world. We survive, and we build something they cannot destroy." As the fleet touched down on the rocky planet, the first humans stepped onto the alien soil. It was unfamiliar, harsh, and untested, but it was theirs for now. Alex gazed at the horizon, jagged mountains, shimmering energy towers, and skies that hinted at new possibilities. Yet, even as they set up their first shelters and began exploring, Alex knew this was only the beginning. The Council would not forget. The galaxy would not forgive. And the humans, exiled and hunted, would need every ounce of cunning, courage, and unity to survive what lay ahead. That night, as the twin moons rose over the jagged landscape, Alex stood atop the fleet's command ship, looking at the stars. The void still called to them, dark and infinite, but for the first time since exile, there was a spark of hope. Somewhere out there, in the uncharted reaches of the galaxy, humans had found a chance, a whisper in the dark, a path to survive, and perhaps one day, a way to fight back. The Council had cast them into the void, but humans were not so easily broken. In the silence of space, the exiled human fleet prepared for the future, a future they would shape no matter the cost. The rocky planet was only the beginning. As the human fleet settled, Alex and his officers scanned the surrounding star systems, searching for a more permanent refuge. The twin moons cast long shadows across the jagged surface, and the glowing towers on the planet pulsed with energy like silent sentinels watching over the humans. Lieutenant Mara approached Alex, her voice low. "Sir, scans indicate there may be another planet nearby, hidden behind a dense asteroid field. Sensors barely penetrated, but the readings, it's rich in resources. Water, minerals, energy sources, everything we need to rebuild." Alex's eyes narrowed. "A hidden world. Perfect, but it won't be easy to get there. An asteroid field like that is dangerous. Many ships could be lost." "Dangerous, yes," Mara agreed. "But if the Council ever tracks us here, it could be our only long-term safe haven." Alex studied the stars, calculating, planning. "We do it. Every ship intact is essential. Prepare a small fleet for the approach. Stealth mode, minimal signature, and maintain defensive formations. We cannot risk an ambush." Hours later, the humans entered the asteroid field. Rocks the size of small cities floated in chaotic orbits. Each movement had to be precise. One wrong calculation could crush a ship or trap it forever. The fleet glided like dancers through deadly patterns, engines straining, shields glowing as they deflected debris. Suddenly, a massive rock shifted, revealing the hidden planet below. It was breathtaking, a lush world, covered in forests, rivers, and strange crystalline formations. Mist rose from valleys, shimmering with the alien energy the sensors had detected. Alex felt a spark of hope. "This is it," he whispered. "Our new beginning." The fleet began its descent cautiously. As they approached the surface, the energy towers from the rocky planet seemed to pulse in response, almost as if warning them or guiding them. On the ground, the alien landscape was alive in ways humans had never seen. Plants shimmered, rocks emitted low hums, and the air itself carried a faint electrical charge. Lieutenant Mara scanned the readings. "Sir, the energy here is enormous. It's almost as if the planet itself is intelligent, and it's reacting to our presence." Alex nodded. "Stay alert. Set up perimeter defenses immediately. This world may be uninhabited, but it's not without secrets." As the humans explored, they discovered ruins, ancient alien structures half buried under vegetation. Strange symbols decorated the walls, glowing faintly when touched. Alex ran his hand over one, feeling a pulse beneath the stone, a vibration almost like a heartbeat. "Who built this?" whispered a young officer. "And why?" Alex shook his head. "Doesn't matter for now. What matters is we survive, and this planet could be the key." Suddenly, alarms blared across the fleet. Scouts reported movement in the forests. Small hovering drones, unlike anything humans had encountered, They didn't attack immediately, but their presence was clear. They were watching, analyzing. Unknown species, Mara said, tension in her voice. We don't know if they're hostile. Caution is advised. Alex activated defensive protocols. We proceed carefully. Make contact only if necessary. But do not underestimate them. We have to secure this planet before nightfall. That night, the humans gathered around campfires on the alien surface, the twin moons casting eerie light over their faces. The landscape was alien, breathtaking, and slightly unnerving. The energy towers in the distance pulsed rhythmically, a reminder that they were not alone. Not entirely. Alex stood at the edge of the camp, gazing at the horizon. This world, it's a gift, but it's also a challenge. The Council believes we are defeated, broken, scattered. They are wrong. We will adapt. We will learn. And we will become stronger. One of the engineers approached him, holding a small device. Sir, these crystals in the ruins, they resonate with our tech. If we reverse engineer them, we could enhance our ships beyond what the Council ever imagined. Alex's eyes lit up. Then that is our first task at dawn. Humanity survives because we learn, we adapt, we rise. This planet may hold the tools we need to do just that. Suddenly, a low hum echoed from the depths of the forest. The energy towers pulsed in sync with it. Mara scanned the readings. Sir, it's coming from deep within the planet. Something enormous. Something alive. Alex's jaw tightened. Then, tomorrow we find it. We explore it. And we make this hidden world ours. Not just to survive, but to prepare. The Council will never expect humans to rise from exile, but rise we will. As the human fleet settled and night deepened over the hidden world, a sense of cautious optimism spread among them. They were exiles, yes, but they were also explorers, survivors, and pioneers. And in this secret corner of the galaxy, far from the Council's reach, the seeds of a new human empire were quietly taking root. The Council believed they had cast humans into the void, but the hidden world whispered a different truth. Exile was only the beginning. Dawn broke over the hidden world, casting golden light across alien forests and crystalline rivers. The humans were already awake, moving with purpose. Commander Alex walked among his fleet engineers, observing the first steps of their transformation. Exile had taught them resilience, but this world offered something more, opportunity. Lieutenant Mara approached, carrying readings from the ruins. Sir, the alien crystals resonate with our ship engines. If we integrate them, we could double our speed and shield strength. The energy output is incredible. Alex's eyes gleamed. Then we start immediately. Every engineer, every technician, work on the integration. We're no longer just survivors. We're becoming a force the Council cannot ignore. As the humans labored, strange events unfolded around them. The planet seemed alive. The energy towers pulsed in harmony with their work, and the forest emitted soft, melodic hums. The alien drones from the previous night watched silently, but did not attack. It was as if the planet itself was assessing humanity, testing their worth. Weeks passed, and the humans adapted faster than anyone had predicted. Ships that had once struggled through asteroid fields now soared with alien-enhanced engines. Weapons were upgraded, shields strengthened, and training drills grew more intense, each officer pushing their crew to limits they had never imagined. Alex oversaw everything with a sharp eye. Humans are not just survivors, he said during a strategy meeting. We are learners, innovators, warriors. Every challenge we face strengthens us. The Council thinks they have banished us. They are wrong. We are rising. The first opportunity to test their new strength came sooner than expected. Scouts detected a minor alien fleet probing near the outskirts of a neighboring system. Though technologically advanced, these ships were poorly organized, making them perfect for a first strike. Alex convened his officers. This is not just a battle, he said. It is a statement. We show that humans, even in exile, are not weak. But remember, precision and strategy are more important than brute force. We strike smart, not just hard. The humans approached the alien fleet cautiously. The tension on every bridge was palpable. They had new technology, new ships, and new confidence, But in space, overconfidence was fatal. As the first human ship opened fire, the alien fleet was taken aback. The alien-enhanced shields deflected blasts that would have destroyed them before. Human maneuvering was faster, sharper, smarter. One by one, the alien ships fell into disarray, unable to match the tactics of a race pushed to the edge of survival. Lieutenant Mara called out, "Sir, they're retreating." Alex smiled grimly. "Let them go. Today is a lesson, not a slaughter. The message must be clear. Humans are no longer prey." The victory spread through the human fleet like wildfire. Spirits soared, and the exiled humans began to see themselves not as victims, but as architects of their destiny. Engineers tinkered with alien tech. Soldiers drilled relentlessly, and leaders trained their crews in strategy, cunning, and resilience. Yet, even in triumph, Alex knew the Council would not ignore them for long. Whispers among the officers spoke of a larger threat, the Galactic Council itself preparing a response to their rising power. Humanity had tasted victory, but the real war was still ahead. That evening, as the twin moons of the hidden world rose over the crystal forest, Alex addressed his people. "We have survived exile," he said. "We have turned a hidden world into a stronghold. But our work is not done. The Council believes we are weak. Let us prove them wrong. Not with rage, but with strength, intelligence, and unity. We are humans. We adapt. We rise. And we will conquer the stars." In the heart of the ruins, the alien crystals pulsed brighter than ever. Ships hummed with energy, and soldiers trained until exhaustion. Humans had become more than survivors. They were innovators, warriors, and visionaries. From the shadows of exile, the human empire was being reborn, and the galaxy, vast and indifferent, would soon witness a force unlike any it had ever seen. The exiled humans had found a new world, a hidden power, and the beginning of their rise. The Council may have cast them into the void, but humanity had transformed it into a forge. Every setback had sharpened them. Every betrayal had strengthened them. And in the coming months, as the fleet expanded and their technology advanced, the first hints of a legend began to form. A race once exiled, now a rising empire, destined to challenge the galaxy itself. The humans were no longer hiding. They were preparing. And when the Council realized the threat, it would be too late. The hidden world had become a hive of activity. Human engineers worked tirelessly to integrate alien technology. Soldiers drilled under Alex's watchful eye, and scouts monitored the surrounding star systems. Yet, even as the humans prepared for the future, the shadows of the Galactic Council loomed closer. Far away, in the Council's chamber, the alien delegates gathered in secrecy. Hushed voices filled the room. "The humans grow too strong," said one delegate, her voice trembling with unease. "Their hidden world is no longer a secret. Their fleet is enhanced. If we do not act, they may challenge the Council directly." The head of the Council, the silver-skinned being who had exiled humanity months ago, leaned forward. "We underestimated them. The humans are unpredictable, dangerous. But there is a solution, a weapon, one that will remind them of their place in the galaxy." Meanwhile, in the hidden world, Alex sensed a new tension among his people. Rumors had begun circulating about spies, traitors, humans who might secretly aid the Council. Trust, once absolute, was now fragile. During a briefing, Lieutenant Mara approached Alex with concern. "Sir, scans indicate unusual activity within our communications network. Someone may be relaying information. We can't trace it fully yet, but..." Her voice trailed off. Alex's jaw tightened. "Then we root it out. Immediately. No one compromises humanity. Not now. Not ever. If the Council thinks they can manipulate us from within, they are wrong." That night, Alex convened a secret council of officers in the war room. Holographic displays lit the dark space, showing the known fleets of the Council and unexplored systems. "We've survived exile," he began, "but now we face a new threat. The Council is preparing a weapon, something powerful enough to destroy us if we are careless. And there may be a traitor among us, feeding them information." The officers exchanged uneasy glances. Betrayal from the Council was expected, but betrayal from their own ranks, that was a risk they had never imagined. "We cannot act recklessly," Alex continued. We must gather intelligence, understand their plans, and strike only when we are ready. The humans who betrayed us will be found. The Council will learn that cunning and strength go hand in hand in humanity. As scouts ventured into nearby star systems, they discovered clues about the Council's secret project. Ancient blueprints, hidden outposts, and coded transmissions hinted at a weapon of unimaginable power. One scout, barely escaping a Council patrol, delivered the report to Alex with urgency. It's massive, sir, the scout gasped. A fleet, but not like any we've seen. They are building something to destroy worlds. Our worlds, if we let them. Alex's eyes hardened. Then we prepare. We cannot wait for them to act first. We will gather the pieces we need, technology, allies, knowledge. And when the time comes, we will turn their weapon against them. Even as the humans trained and strengthened their fleet, the presence of a traitor within the ranks created constant tension. Officers watched each other with suspicion. Friendships strained under the weight of doubt. Yet Alex's leadership held them together. His calm, firm voice reminded them that humanity thrived under pressure, that survival demanded unity. Weeks later, one of the engineers discovered tampering within the ship systems, a subtle attempt to sabotage their alien-enhanced engines. Alex immediately convened the Security Council. The Council may think they can weaken us from within. They are wrong, he said. The traitor is clever, but not clever enough. We find them, and when we do, humanity's response will be decisive. The investigation revealed the culprit, a low-ranking officer, seduced by promises from the Council. Yet even as Alex confronted the traitor, he chose to extract information rather than act with anger. Every detail about the Council's secret weapon was invaluable. We will use this, Alex said quietly, looking at the gathered officers. Knowledge is power. We turn their betrayal into our advantage. Every weapon they build against us, every secret they hide, they will not control our fate. We will. In the shadows of the hidden world, humans worked with renewed purpose. Alien crystals hummed in response to their energy. Ships were tested and upgraded, and soldiers trained for battles yet to come. Every discovery, every technological enhancement, every tactical exercise prepared them for the inevitable confrontation with the Council. That night, as the twin moons reflected off the crystal rivers, Alex stood atop the main command ship, looking toward the stars. The Council believes we are weak, he said. They think exile has broken us. They are wrong. Humanity grows stronger every day. And when the time comes, we will strike, not as fugitives, not as victims, but as conquerors. They will regret underestimating us. The traitor had been found. The Council's plans were partially uncovered, and humanity, exiled and hunted, had turned betrayal into opportunity. From the shadows of secrecy, the seeds of revenge and power had been planted. The hidden world had become more than a refuge. It was a fortress, a laboratory, a training ground. The humans were no longer just surviving. They were preparing to reclaim their place in the galaxy, to challenge the Council, and to ensure that exile would be remembered not as a punishment, but as the moment humanity began its rise. The Council may have held the stars, but humans were learning to reach beyond them. And when the Council discovered the full extent of human ingenuity and resolve, it would be too late. Exile had revealed the Council's secrets. Humanity would reveal its strength. The human fleet glided silently through the darkness of space, shadows stretching across the alien-enhanced hulls. Every ship was ready, shields strengthened, weapons primed, and crews trained to perfection. Commander Alex stood on the bridge of the flagship, staring at the holographic map of the Galactic Council outpost they planned to strike. "This is our moment," Alex said, voice calm but commanding. "We are not attacking blindly. Precision, timing, and cunning will decide this battle. The Council expects hesitation, fear, weakness. We will give them none." Lieutenant Mara studied the holograms. The outpost is heavily guarded. Energy shields, automated defense drones patrol fleets. But their formation is predictable. If we exploit their blind spots, we can hit their weapons grid first, then disable their communications. Alex nodded. "Exactly. We strike smart, hit hard, and vanish before reinforcements arrive. This is a warning. Humans do not kneel. Humans fight. And they never forget. The fleet advanced, slipping through the Council's sensor grid. The alien-enhanced engines hummed silently, masking their presence. Even the drones that normally scour the sector failed to detect them until it was too late. As they reached striking distance, Alex gave the order. Launch attack. Shields down. Engage the outpost weapons first. Energy beams erupted across the void. Council defense turrets fired relentlessly, but the humans moved with calculated precision. Ships weaved through barrage, targeting critical nodes with alien tech-enhanced missiles. Explosions rocked the outpost, lighting the darkness with fire and sparks. The Council fleet scrambled, but the humans' enhanced speed and tactics left them disoriented. One by one, patrol ships were disabled or forced to retreat. "Sir, the communications grid is down," Mara called out, excitement in her voice. "They can't call reinforcements." Alex allowed himself a rare smile. "Good. Keep the pressure. Disable the energy cores. We make this outpost a warning." From the surface, sensors picked up Council officers panicking. They had underestimated humans' ingenuity and resilience. Humans were not merely survivors. They were strategists, warriors, and innovators. The outpost, once a symbol of the Council's dominance, now burned under their assault. Yet, even as victory approached, Alex knew this was only the beginning. "Remember," he said to his officers, "this is not revenge. It is a message. We strike to show strength, to warn, and to prepare for the battles to come." As the last Council ship fled, the human fleet regrouped. Damage was minimal. Casualties were low, and the outpost, crippled and smoldering, sent a clear signal across the sector. Exiled humans were no longer powerless. In the aftermath, crews cheered quietly, mindful that the Council would retaliate. But in the hearts of humans, a new confidence burned brighter than any laser. Exile had made them resourceful. Betrayal had made them clever. And now, victory had made them unstoppable. Alex stood on the bridge, looking at the stars. The Council believed we would cower. They believed exile would break us. They were wrong. Humanity adapts. Humanity survives. Humanity rises. The twin moons of the hidden world reflected in the viewport, reminding every human aboard the fleet that their journey was far from over. They had proven themselves capable, but the Council's full wrath was still out there, waiting. Meanwhile, whispers among Council members filled the void. The humans, they are different now. Stronger, smarter, dangerous. Alex's words echoed through the fleet. Let them fear us. Let them underestimate us. But when they strike, they will find that humanity is no longer prey. We are hunters, and the stars belong to us. As the fleet returned to the hidden world, humans celebrated in quiet triumph. Engineers already began repairing and upgrading ships. Soldiers trained for the next battle, and officers strategized for the inevitable counterattack. Every success, every innovation, every strike against the Council reinforced the legend of humanity's resilience and ingenuity. That night, as the twin moons bathed the planet in pale light, Alex walked among the people. He saw hope in their eyes, determination in their movements, and pride in their hearts. Exiled and hunted, humans had transformed into something extraordinary. The first strike had not just crippled a Council outpost. It had ignited a spark that would grow into a blaze. Humanity had begun its rise, and the galaxy would soon take notice. From exile to vengeance, from survival to dominance, the human empire was taking its first steps toward conquering the stars. And Commander Alex knew one thing for certain. The Council had just awakened a force they could never fully control. The hidden world had become a fortress. Human engineers worked tirelessly, soldiers trained relentlessly, and fleets of alien-enhanced ships patrolled the stars. Months had passed since the first strike on the Council's outpost, and humanity was no longer in exile. They were rising. Commander Alex stood on the bridge of his flagship, gazing at the holographic map of nearby star systems. Each point represented a new world within reach, each a potential addition to the human empire. The Council's fleets, once intimidating, now retreated at the sight of human ships. The tide of power was shifting. Sir, the surveys are complete, Lieutenant Marr reported. Several uninhabited systems are rich in resources. Planets suitable for colonization, energy nodes, and strategic positions. We can expand rapidly. Alex nodded, a smile tugging at the corner of his lips. Then we do not hesitate. Humanity does not wait for permission. We take what we need. We grow. And we prepare for the day the Council realizes they have underestimated us. The first colonization missions began. Human ships landed on distant worlds, establishing settlements, research bases, and defensive outposts. Scientists studied alien technology, discovering ways to enhance ships, weapons, and even human biology. Soldiers trained new recruits, teaching them strategy, tactics, and the spirit of perseverance that had defined humanity from the start. As the Empire expanded, whispers reached Alex of Council spies attempting sabotage, but humans were now vigilant. Security protocols were tighter, counterintelligence active, and every new system fortified. Exile had taught them caution, betrayal had taught them vigilance, and victory had taught them confidence. The true test came when the Council sent a fleet far larger than any humans had faced before, intending to reclaim territory and crush the exiles once and for all. But the humans, anticipating retaliation, had prepared meticulously. Alex's fleet moved like a predator through the void, ambushing Council ships with precision. Alien tech-enhanced shields deflected incoming fire, weapons struck with calculated efficiency, and the human crews executed maneuvers the Council had never predicted. One by one, Council ships fell or fled, and humanity's dominance became clear. "Sir, they're retreating!" Mara shouted, exhilarated. "The Council is pulling back." Alex's expression was calm but fierce. "Let them go for now. They must understand. Humanity cannot be controlled, cannot be caged, and cannot be ignored. The galaxy has changed. The Council's defeat marked the true beginning of the human empire. Humanity no longer merely survived. They ruled strategically, expanded intelligently, and inspired loyalty among those they encountered. Colonies flourished, fleets grew, and humans began to explore beyond previously charted systems, seeking knowledge, resources, and allies. In a ceremony on the hidden world, the first human leaders convened. Alex addressed the gathered fleet officers and pioneers. Exiled, we were cast into darkness. Betrayed, we were hunted, but we survived. We adapted, and now we rise, not just to reclaim what was lost, but to shape the future. Humanity will not kneel. Humanity will not submit. Humanity will reach every star we can touch. And we will remind the Council and the galaxy that those who underestimated us paid dearly for their arrogance. The crowd erupted in cheers, a sound that echoed across the crystalline forests of the hidden world. Humans had turned exile into opportunity, betrayal into strategy, and weakness into unmatched strength. As the celebration continued, Alex looked at the stars. Beyond them lay unknown threats, uncharted systems, and countless civilizations. Yet, humanity was ready. Not because the galaxy was safe, but because humans had become something more. Innovators, warriors, leaders, survivors. The hidden world, once a refuge, was now the capital of the human empire. Its energy towers pulsed with a rhythm that mirrored human determination. From here, fleets would depart, colonies would rise, and humanity's influence would spread like a tide across the galaxy. Even in distant council chambers, the delegates whispered fearfully. "The humans, they are unstoppable," one said. "We exiled them, and now they hold the stars." Alex, back on the bridge of his flagship, spoke quietly to Mara, who stood beside him. "We are not done. The Council may still try to challenge us, but humanity has learned a lesson. No one, not even gods of the Council, can break our will. From exile, we have become an empire. From betrayal, we have forged our strength. And the stars are ours to reach, to explore, and to conquer." As night fell over the hidden world, the twin moons reflected off crystal rivers, casting shimmering light on human settlements. Ships prepared for new journeys. Scouts ventured into unknown space, and humans dreamed of worlds yet to be discovered. The human empire had risen from the ashes of exile, stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. And in the endless expanse of the galaxy, one truth became clear. The humans who had been cast out had become legends. From exile to triumph, from hunted to conquerors, humanity had begun its destiny. The stars would never forget the rise of the human empire. The human empire thrived. Planets once abandoned were now bustling with life. Fleets of alien-enhanced ships patrolled the stars, and human colonies stretched across multiple systems. Commander Alex walked to the capital city on the hidden world, observing engineers perfecting alien tech, soldiers training with unmatched precision, and children playing under skies filled with twin moons. Humanity had risen from exile, stronger than ever. Yet, even in victory, Alex felt a shadow linger. The Galactic Council had retreated, but whispers reached him of larger, unknown forces in the galaxy, civilizations humans had never encountered, fleets of unimaginable scale, and secrets hidden in the depths of uncharted space. The victory was decisive, but it was only a beginning. Lieutenant Mara approached with a report. "Sir, our scouts detected something unusual, a signal, far beyond the Council's territory. It's old, powerful, and not natural. It doesn't match any known technology." Alex's eyes narrowed. "Show me." On the holographic map, a faint, pulsating light appeared, emanating from the edge of the galaxy. It was distant, almost imperceptible, yet the energy readings were immense. "Whatever this is," Alex said, "it's waiting, and it's aware of us." Mara frowned. "Do we investigate, or is it too dangerous?" Alex thought for a moment, then smiled faintly. Humans were never meant to hide. We explore. We learn. We adapt. Danger has always been part of our journey. Prepare a fleet. We go, but cautiously. This may be a threat or an opportunity. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, the Council convened again. Panic replaced confidence in the alien delegates' eyes. "The humans, they grow too fast," one said. "They rebuild. They conquer. They even explore forbidden space. If we do not act, we will lose control entirely." The head of the Council leaned forward, silver eyes glinting. "They are learning from exile, from betrayal, from battle. Humanity is dangerous because they turn every setback into a weapon. Prepare our fleets. But also investigate the signal. If they reach it first, we may face something we cannot predict or control." Back on the hidden world, humans prepared for their first mission beyond the Council's borders. Ships were upgraded, crews trained, and plans laid with meticulous care. Alex walked through the fleet bays, inspecting each ship. Engineers gave him nods of respect. Soldiers saluted. Humanity had become confident, fearless, and united. As the fleet launched into deep space, the stars stretched endlessly before them. Unknown worlds awaited, mysteries hidden in the void, and dangers lurking beyond even the farthest light years. Yet, humans were ready. Alex stood on the bridge of the flagship, gazing into the darkness. Exiled, we were tested. Betrayed, we were sharpened. Victorious, we have grown. But the galaxy is vast, and the real journey has only begun. Whatever waits for us, we face it as one people. We survive. We rise. We conquer. And we will never be underestimated again. Deep in uncharted space, the faint signal pulsed, as if alive. Something ancient, powerful, and aware. And somewhere in the shadows, forces beyond imagination stirred. The galaxy was changing, and humanity was at the center of that change. The twin moons of the hidden world reflected in Alex's eyes as the fleet jumped into faster-than-light travel, leaving behind a home that had once been a refuge but now was a throne. Humanity had become legends, and the stars themselves seemed to whisper their name. As they disappeared into the void, a thought lingered. The human empire was not just rising, it was unstoppable. And whatever awaited them in the dark corners of the galaxy would soon learn a lesson they would never forget. Exile had forged humanity. Betrayal had strengthened them. Victory had emboldened them. And now, the future, dark, unknown, and limitless, lay open before them. The story of the human empire had only just begun.